What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another video, and we are now 1 week out from the Xbox showcase, and it's given everyone some time to check out all of the big showings from the 4-day gaming show extravaganza known as Summer Game Fest. And this year was generally just alright. I made an entire video ranking the biggest shows of the week, but Summer Game Fest didn't really capture that same magic as the E3 conferences of old, until the Xbox showcase. Xbox has been setting up dominoes for years, between major acquisitions of companies like Bethesda and Activision Blizzard and continued development internally with other teams across Xbox Game Studios. It's always been a matter of when Xbox is finally going to start delivering a solid lineup of games to kill that narrative that they have no games. And that's a whole video for another day, because even with a showcase that was packed with first-party games like Doom: The Dark Ages, Gears of War E-Day, Perfect Dark, Avowed, even Black Ops 6, you'll still find people online saying Xbox has no games, because you can play them on PC and even some of them on PlayStation. It's 2024. Buy your games wherever you want. They're still Xbox games. They've got games now. But this video isn't about what was at the show. If you want my thoughts on that, I've got a top 5 YouTube short, and I broke down everything with my friends over on Save the Game Media. Instead, we're going to be talking about what wasn't there. Halo, in any kind of way, shape, or form. In fact, the last time that we saw anything related to Halo on stage at a major Xbox event was ahead of the release of Halo Infinite all the way back in 2021. But outside of being peppered across a handful of ads over the years, Halo as a brand has largely been kind of missing in action. Because, you know, Spartans never die. Through the years, it's been pretty clear that the overall plan for Halo Infinite has really shifted quite a bit. This game was originally designed to be a platform for the next decade of Halo, leaning more to becoming a Destiny-style game that could have updates and expansions to flesh out the game and bring new experiences for players to keep the single-player side of the game feeling fresh. Instead, 343 shifted to focus entirely on the multiplayer side of this game, but the end result is probably not the best-case scenario. I've said it before and I'll say it again, Halo Infinite is in the best spot that it's been in since launch. There have been new maps, new modes, new equipment, and a new weapon, singular, added to the game, and Xbox says that there are now 70 maps in Halo Infinite matchmaking, which is thanks almost entirely to the Forge community that's poured countless hours into designing remakes of classic maps and also bringing entirely new ideas into the game. Now, giving 343 credit where credit's due, they have been incredibly interactive with the Forge community. They built these maps directly into playlists that people can just pick up and play instead of having to parse through server lists, and they have added some new pieces of equipment like the Shroud Screen, Quantum Translocator, Repair Field, Threat Seeker, and that new weapon, the Bandit Rifle, otherwise known as the Walmart brand DMR. On top of that, they've redesigned the netcode, brought back Firefight. There has been a lot of work done on Halo Infinite to make it into the game that it is today. Since it launched in 2021, I put 17 days, 6 hours, and 47 minutes into Halo Infinite. I've spent more time with this game than any Halo game in the past. I've bought every battle pass and spent almost every week over the last 3 years finishing challenges to get nearly every ultimate reward. I even went to a Halo Championship Series major last year. I genuinely love this game, but I understand why hardcore Halo players are disappointed in 343, and that disappointment is part of the reason that Xbox is keeping it out of the spotlight. Since the very beginning, Xbox and Halo have gone hand in hand. Combat Evolved was the Xbox launch title that proved Microsoft was in it to win it with their new console. Playing Halo 2 in middle school and high school is a core memory for an entire generation of players. Halo 3 defined the first half of the Xbox 360 generation. If you looked at a friends list in the fall of 2007, it was either Halo 3 or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. And then things started to take a turn. 343 came in. Now, I'm not in the camp that thinks 343 has completely fumbled Halo. I still stand behind the idea that Halo 4 has some of the best multiplayer in the entire series. But as competing games like Call of Duty have continued to get bigger and better, 343 has tried to redefine Halo and continue building new stories for Master Chief that just don't land the same way that Bungie's games did back in the day. And let's be real, that's probably a mix of the actual games and stories and some of the nostalgia that we've all got. But that's kind of where Halo fans have found themselves over the last 12 years since Halo 4 came out, playing Halo games that have potential to be great, and in some ways totally are, but they just aren't quite the games that they need to be for the series that we all love so much and that we grew up on. And that brings us back to this year's Xbox showcase, packing a roster of 30 games of which exactly 0 had anything to do with Halo. And the reception was resoundingly positive. Xbox's success was built on Halo, and Halo's success relied on Xbox doing well. For 20 years, Xbox was the Halo box for an entire generation. Microsoft is moving past that frame of mind. Now, Xbox is Call of Duty, Xbox is Doom, Xbox is Sea of Thieves and Perfect Dark and World of Warcraft and Fable and Diablo and so many other games other than just Halo. In a world where Halo isn't the cultural cornerstone of the gaming community, Xbox has to redefine who they are to cater to a wider audience, because if they just kept leaning into that nostalgia and being the Halo box, they would not survive. Now, you'll find a lot of negative talk online saying that 343 should be taken off of Halo entirely and the series should be given to another developer who could really take it to the next level. And I'm definitely not opposed to another team getting to handle a spin-off series, especially with so many Call of Duty studios now in the Xbox lineup. But 343 Industries is nothing but a name. It's a sign on a building. Major leadership changes have already happened over the course of the last few years, and I almost guarantee the direction of the next Halo game has too. I'll always choose to be optimistic and focus on the potential for the future of Halo, because it's not dead. It's just not the only pillar franchise that Xbox is depending on anymore. And that's a good thing. Halo is always going to be a part of the Xbox DNA, and just because it's gone does not mean that it's forgotten. It could come back and be better than ever. Maybe. At least I hope so. Let me know what you think down below. Was the Xbox Game Showcase good? How do you feel about Halo being pretty much gone over the last couple of years? And do you think it's going to be coming back bigger and better than ever? Or do you think it's just going to be dead entirely? And of course, if you're new here and you enjoy what you see and what you hear, hit that subscribe button here for videos like this every week and gaming news shorts throughout the week to keep you in the loop, and I'll catch you on the next one.